Hello everyone. Today we're going to discuss another important essay which is about animal testing. So the question is, do you think animal testing in medical research should be banned? So let's begin. So this is the question. We'll read the question once. Animal experiments are widely used to develop new medicines and test the safety of other products. Some argue that these experiments should be banned as it causes the animal to suffer, while others argue stating it greatly benefits humanity. What is your view? So here in this question, they have put forth two views. One stating that animal experimentation should be banned because it causes suffering to them. The other saying that no, it is okay because it benefits humanity. And they have asked us, what is your view? Okay, so when such a sensitive topic appears in the exam, you have to support the one that is moral, not something that is immoral, saying, you know what, we are superior in the food chain. Now it's okay if they die. Let them suffer. At least it is not affecting us. So we cannot write in such a way. So we have to here support that animals should be banned. Animal experimentations should be banned. So before we start with the brainstorming, first we'll discuss few vocabularies that we can use in this essay. Okay. So the first word is immoral. So something that is not moral is immoral. The next word is unethical. Something that does not follow moral principles. So it is like a synonym of immoral, which is unethical. So we can use this word saying it is immoral or unethical to use animals in scientific experimentation. Then you can use words like adverse effect or it gravely affects. So by using animals in testing, it can cause adverse effects or irreparable damage to them. Or you can say that we cannot totally depend on animal experiments because sometimes it forms inconsequential results. So it not only hurts the animal, but it does not produce any positive results as well. Then you can also include saying in this rampant age of technological advancement, there are other alternative forms of testing such as cell culture and so on. So that can be used rather than using an outdated method of testing, which is animal experimentation. So you can say, I totally condemn the use of animals in experimentation. I do not support it. However, there are some people who condone it. Now, what is the meaning of condone? Condone is they accept the behavior which is actually morally wrong or offensive. So even if it is morally wrong to use animals in experiments, there are some people who condone it. So why do you condemn it? Because it causes excruciating pain to animals. So these are some of the vocabularies that you can use. Now let's go and see certain arguments for supporting animal testing and against animal testing. So these are the bullet points. This is the brainstorming that you have to do before you start writing the essay. So that once you start writing, you can just go with the flow. So what is the first point that I have written against animal testing? It inflicts pain, distress, suffering, and causes irreparable damage to the mute animals. Animals can't talk, so they cannot give us their consent saying, I want to participate or I do not want to. They have no choice. And what are we doing? We are inflicting pain, suffering, and irreparable damage to these mute animals. And many a times, it also causes death in these animals. So that is the first point. The second is it violates animal rights. See, animals have not given us their consent and we are using them against their will. Just because we are above them in the food chain, it does not give us the right to use the animals the way we want to. It is immoral and unethical. The third point is animal testing is unreliable in many cases. So if you have seen in many times, though the drug has been marked safe in animal testing, it has completely failed in human trials, which happens most of the time. Therefore, it is unreliable and therefore we should not depend on such a method of experimentation. Also, nowadays alternative and better methods of testing are available and we should depend or rely on such methods. Now let's see some points supporting animal testing. So when we are writing the essay, we also have to write the refute paragraph. Refute is the opposite view. So we have to show the invigilator that we have points for both the sides. But you have to make sure that the point that you are supporting is really strong so that you don't contradict what you have written. Okay, so let's see some points supporting animal testing. So some people believe that humans are the superior beings and it gives them the unsaid right to use the animals just as they want them to. They believe that human life is more precious than animals and therefore rather than testing it directly on humans, first we should test it on animals, look for the efficacy and only then use it on humans. Also, many people believe that the scientists, they try their best to minimize the pain and discomfort that is caused to animals. So it is okay to test on animals. It has been happening since the past and it is okay to continue it. So these are the points. Now we will go to the sample answer and go through the entire essay once. So I have written a sample answer so that imagine you get the same question in your examination. You already know what to write. So let's begin. So the first what I have written is the introduction paragraph. So let's see. I have written a general statement. I have paraphrased the question in the second line and I have written my opinion or view in the third line. Okay. Animals have played an integral role in our lives since time immemorial. So since the past, even before recorded history, animals have played an integral role in our life. So this is the general statement. Now we'll go to paraphrasing the question. Some look upon animals as companions, whereas others view them as means for advancing medical techniques or medical experimentations. I strongly condemn the use of animals for various experimentations in the laboratory. So I do not agree, I do not support the use of animals for various experimentations. Now we are going to the body 1 paragraph where I am going to prove stating that animals should not be used. So let's see. The major reason supporting my view is that it is unethical and immoral to use these mute members of the society as mere tools for scientific experimentation. It isn't right. Just because we are superior to them in the food chain, it does not give us the right to use them the way we please. So this is my first point. Now before writing the second point, I'm using a linker. Moreover, animals are also living beings who experience pain, suffering, and have feelings just like us. And in these scientific tests, we subject them to excruciating pain that are mostly invasive. Invasive means they inject something or cut open. And in most cases, it causes permanent damage or death to them. Therefore, it is morally wrong, no matter how humans may benefit, because the animal's basic right has been infringed, as their consent is never an option. So because they are mute members of the society, can they give us consent? No, they can't. So it is infringement of animals' basic right. They are also living beings just like us, who also have feelings and they also feel pain. Now coming to my body 2 paragraph, again supporting the fact that animals should not be used. It has also been noted that animal testing is inaccurate as a predictor of drug efficacy and toxicity. So even if we are using animals in testing these medicines, it is inaccurate. Many drugs that were deemed safe have failed in human trials. Research has proved that 92% of drugs fail in human clinical trials despite it being claimed to be effective in animal tests. So then what is the point of doing it in animals, isn't it? Therefore, in this 21st century, with the advancements in technology, alternatives are available such as cell culture, in vitro testing, organs on a chip technology, and computer modeling that are safer, faster, accurate, and more reliable sources of testing, and hence we should rely on such experiments. Okay, now I think we have proved well and enough that animals should not be used. However, we also have to write the refute paragraph on why animals should be used. So let's go through that. That is going to be our B3 paragraph. However, on the other hand, there are people who advocate for animal testing. So they support animal testing. They believe that human lives are precious. And since many animals are extremely sensitive to certain drugs, if they have an adverse reaction, then they would definitely be unfit for humans. In the past, through animal experimentations, the medications for diabetes, cholesterol, and cancer have been made possible. And since the scientists try to minimize the pain and discomfort for the animals by following strict ethical limits, they feel that it is acceptable to test on animals and develop life-saving drugs for humans. So here what are they trying to say? They try to minimize the pain and discomfort and follow ethical limits. So it is okay because they are developing life-saving drugs for humans. So this is the paragraph that I have written supporting animal experimentation. Now we are coming to our conclusion paragraph. Thus, in a nutshell, with advanced testing available, it becomes all the more imperative. Imperative is essential, vital, to stop animal testing, as animals deserve to live their lives free from exploitation and suffering. Therefore, we should not disregard the fact that every life is precious and it should not be wasted on ignorance. So we should not turn a blind eye to the fact that animals also go through pain. Therefore, animals should no longer be used in various experimentations. And that is the end of this essay. So I hope you agree that we have to eradicate or alleviate the use of animals in testing. Okay, thank you so much for watching this video. I really hope you get one of the essays that we have already discussed so that you can score great marks in your examinations. All the very best. God bless you.